You're watching Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. You're watching Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football need. Your football need. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. Sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. Your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy.
What's up, guys? Welcome to our latest episode of Footy Fantasy Podcast. I want to welcome Linger, our Liverpool fan.
Everyone look at me in the video makes me look like I'm ranting, but I'm a
Okay, well, that video was for you. We know we made that.
I know.
And it will go away after this season because we know you guys won't win the league. Well, welcome back.
Good to see you.
All right. And Harry, welcome back to the pod.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yes. We're excited for another episode. It was a great week of football, and we're glad you guys can join us. But if you do not follow us on social media, do that on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. We have clips and all our content on there all the time. So join us and stay in touch. All right, we're going to jump right in. Arsenal Wolves review. I don't know why we picked this game to highlight for the week, but I guess all the other pictures weren't like dramatic. This was like number 1 on the table and number 20 on the table. And it was a firecracker of a match. In that, it was dramatic.
So many goals. Wolves killed it.
It was dramatic. So, Henry, let me just get your thoughts. What do you think about the game? Just walk me through your thoughts of that game.
So today's game was yesterday's game. Yesterday's game was very, very interesting. I think going into it, I would say majority of we Arsenal fans kind of probably thought we were gonna get a better result, a better performance. But I think we all were all our hopes were sort of like dashed because it was it ended dramatically. We thought we'll have like better control, but it didn't pan out that way. I just feel like Arsenal has gotten to the stage now where, and this is probably how Arsenal has to address the rest of the season for us to not be ridiculed anymore again. Like in the past season, is we have to take every game like it's a final. Because again, we're getting the best. Like is like when you're on the top at the moment, right? You even the lowest team is looking forward to that game, right? Yeah. So that's what is what we're facing now. Additionally, I just think our injury situation is also not helping. Our squad selection too is a little bit dicey sometimes. Like you question why certain players start or play in certain positions. Obviously, it's a shuffling because of our injuries. But, for example, Saliba playing sort of on the left side while someone like Skelly didn't start. They're different things, right? When you play teams that also employ like a low block tactic, and that's where everyone is also forgetting. I think nowadays, at the beginning of the season, there wasn't really a particular pattern or way you can say you can beat Arsenal. Now there is a pattern. There is an excellent pattern that different team has shown that they can utilize and at the very least frustrate us, make us play out of character, and then exploit our weakness. That's my fear now going forward. But at the end of the day, what matters is getting 3 points, right? Last week, we were here like pleading for at least saving, what do they call it, like 2 points against Villa. And, we lost. So today, I kind of see the glass as like half full. Like, I'll take the 3 points at least to calm nerves, right? But, it's ringing the alarm bells for me in terms of our injury and our consistency. We've gone back to this weird thing where we play like 45 minutes of football where the first half were abysmal and then the second half were like we look totally different. I just pray we figure it out, and I pray this injury thing is sort of sorted because it's catching up with us finally. But other than good game for the neutrals. I'm sure Lingo probably thought she's going to come up here and light us up. Just seeing that scoreline at 1-1. But we can only take the 3 points and go from there.
Let me tell you what I saw on Twitter after the match. I'll come to you in a second. Okay. When the match was over, I saw the reactions on Twitter when the game was 1-1, and people were dancing, celebrating. I mean, so many outlets posted Arsenal has dropped points, they've choked, they've bottled the league.
They don't
They
know
didn't
the
even wait.
him.
Yes, I've never seen that impatience, because it's like our winning goal came only a couple minutes later. So usually you wait. You can't pim. I've taught you guys about
I
pimming.
usually have it in my drafts.
Yes, keep it in
My
the draft.
I'm ready, but I'd never post.
Yes, so it was great to see the comeback, because we kept going. But like you said, Harry, for me, those last few games where we dropped points, so Sunderland, Aston Villa, from drawing or winning positions, happened in the last minutes of the game. So seeing Wolves come back in the 90th minute, with that kind of, was on Hincapi, I would say, like, that kind of free header. It wasn't a free header, but uncontested header, whatever it was. It was deflating, but then we kept going, And Arsenal, after I watched that game in real time, and then I went and watched the highlights, and we had a lot of chances. It was just wasted chances. You didn't trouble the goalkeeper. He had their first shot on target at the 67th minute. All the rest, but you had 16 shots altogether. So what were you doing with them? It was like, oh, Rice kicked the ball, you went here. Martinelli's heading the ball, God knows where. Everyone's off. So it was an off day. I do see what you mean by complacency. And that, to me, having that many off chances is a sign of complacency. I just think you're going to stroll in and win the game at home. Like you said, these teams they're geared to play Arsenal. Like Sunderland was gingered to play us. Like, what? They weren't going home with no points. Like, that's what everyone's coming with the low. I hope now people see that Arsenal, it's beatable. You don't have to come with your strongest team. Just come and play anyhow. But no, it's becoming like, it's concerning. And whereas, like I said on Instagram, people are breathing down our necks. People are like, I can feel it. Linger, what do you have to say about this? Did you watch the game?
No, but I have a lot to say. I didn't watch the game. I'm just you actually teed me up perfectly. Do you feel it? Do you feel the breath? Are you in a cold sweat? Welcome to the life of a Liverpool fan. City is going to beat you. City will win the league, and it will break your heart. It'll be the best team you've seen in so long, and they'll beat you by 1 point on the final day, and you will know our pain. They've done it to us 2 or 3 times. And I watched some of the City game, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, oh no, I see the future. This is not even to troll Arsenal. All I'm saying is I have been there where I'm like, we're so great. Oh, one-off game. Oh, we're not looking so convincing. And then all of a sudden, isn't the gap 2 points now?
It's 2 points, yes.
You feel it. You feel the breath. You know what's going to happen. I'm passing along. Arsenal might still win the league.
But you know this happened to us 2 years ago. So we don't need a Liverpool frame of reference. So we had.
You didn't, but it was a point.
I will say the difference between
multiple times.
Yes, y'all it's happened multiple times, and with us, we didn't really have
points. We didn't win.
Yeah, you guys got to even 98 or so at
98 points. We didn't win.
99. Yeah, so it's happened to y'all multiple times. But then the difference again is that you guys won the league last year. So I mean, if it happens to you again, it's like, okay, you just won it last year. Like, we haven't won it in 20 years. So it's like we don't even have that character that, like,
no, I know.
They can go and get
we
need a psychiatrist. Henry,
like, one of the years City destroyed us, we also won the Champions League. Obviously, I didn't know about that, but it was like, at least we have something.
Yeah,
we're like,
had something.
We didn't win the FA Cup and Carabao Cup, and like, at least we have something.
Yeah,
but like,
I think for us it would be harder to dig deeper than we.
Why do you think that is? Because I think for us, like, we'll get into it when we talk about Salah or Slot or whatever, but like, we just had that ability, I think, because winning the Champions League was so crucial for us and really helped us dig in deep. But like, I've teased Arsenal a lot saying you guys have bottled it. You don't have the stamina, the strength. But now it's actually been so many years that I think you'd be able to dig in. So why do you think you can't? Is it like the injuries and not having, especially Saliba, or like? I
mean, so every year has been different. To me, like, when people talk about bottling the league, I only believe, but people say I'm sensitive, but I only believe we bottled the league in 22-23. Because I saw us be on the top of the league for 230 days.
Yeah.
Fell off. The next year after that was, who won? City won that. No. Yeah, City won that one, but we were so close.
Right.
It was we weren't even on top. We're right there, neck and neck. We won 7 out of the last 19 games. We won 17. Our record was 17-1-1. Theirs was 18-1-0. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, we were damn near perfect. So to me, that wasn't bottling. That was just us not even able to keep it. Last season was injuries. Like, if anyone says anything else, I saw 5 surgeries happen to our main players last year. So this year, I don't know what the excuse would be, because guess what? We do have a lot of injuries. Yeah. Our back line is like, you can't really play football like this where you're playing right back in the center back position. Every week, the back line is switching up. I mean, you can, but you may expect.
I mean, you can. Look at us. We're just 6.
Like, yeah, you can't expect for poor things to happen. A lot of injuries are happening to like a lot of the players, but our bench is deeper. Our squad depth is larger. So we're covering a lot of injuries right now that people don't appreciate because we have a lot of people. So at the end of the year, I will see what happens. But like, I still think it's a mentality thing. I think we can't ignore. And when you say, why don't we have the mentality? I think it's simple. Henri said it. When you haven't won before, where are you going to dig? Like, you have to get over the hump of not winning. Where can you go to go get that? And that's why I said we need a psychiatrist, someone that can just like talk to you guys. I
think we literally got one, by the way. I think we got a sports psychiatrist.
Absolutely, you need a sports psychiatrist to talk to people do these things. Like, why in the 90th minute are you sitting back against Wolves? Or maybe the coach told him to do that. Why are you like inviting the pressure when you know like your back line is shaky? You know, like, why are we doing that in the game of that magnitude where we know we have to win? We know City's breathing down our necks. And then you concede, and then you're like, I have to scramble. I don't know. So
yeah, for me, there's also a few things I'm trying to chime in. I think at the beginning of the season, or is it the beginning or the end, when we were doing an Arsenal review, I think I made one very clean point, which was, and in a way, yesterday's victory showed that point, which is there are some games where your players will not show up. Okay, it would be ugly days for them. But those are the type of games, even like that Villa game, you need to learn how to win ugly. Just figure out how to get the 3 points. I don't care what you do. Figure it out, right?
That's God, Ola. I was trapped with these Arsenal fans. It was horrible.
The second thing
is in the room, bro. Let's go.
The second thing about that is also our injury record, because I think I think Leeds is the only football club in the EPL now that has more injuries than Arsenal. I think Arsenal is right next behind it. After a while, it will catch up with you. No matter the versatility in the players we've got, which has also covered a lot of our blemishes, it's going to catch up with us. And then lastly, it's just muscle memory. We haven't won in such a long time that these players, it's very easy for us to capitulate because they haven't done it before. There's no way they can tap in, right? Again, if it's a Liverpool, if it's a City, they can go back to what has worked, right? Even Chelsea will go back to what has worked because they've done it before. They can say, okay, when this happened, like situational things, right? When this happened, how did we do? What did we do? We can't tap into that. So until we get over that hump, then we'll learn. We have to learn how to win on a consistent basis, and then it's like you've overcome like your biggest fear. But those are the things that, to me, are contributing to us going over that hump next.
Absolutely. Ola, welcome, Ola. I know you joined us, so you can chime in. Ola heard the podcast last week. Let me tell you what they did at the podcast last week. Jola hijacked the podcast and changed it into a Liverpool Salah bash session.
Let's go.
And there was no Liverpool fan to stand up. And Ola was like, that's not happening again. Even though Linger is here, Ola was like, we're going to talk about this.
We have to redress the balance.
Absolutely. We're going to go to the next topic. It is Salah's Liverpool era coming to an end? But we can remix this topic. I'll let you guys, because like I said, that topic discussion happened last week without any rebuttals, without any Liverpool opinions. So I do want to hear from you guys. First of all, what do you think about the comments Salah made to the press last week? And what do you think now, after a week has gone by? He was dropped midweek and now he substituted on to play. All right, let's start with you, Linger.
Okay. I really appreciate that you asked 2 questions because I have 2 different answers. The way I cussed this man, I called my brother. I'm like, he is never coming back. I'm going to escort him back to Egypt. I was practicing my Arabic. I was fighting Egyptian fans on Twitter. I was like, this is not acceptable. I will never forgive you. How dare you? And I'm still actually very angry. Like, I still think that it's like one of the most selfish, short-sighted, stupid things I've ever seen from one of our players. And also, you know, we're not that club. Like, this is not to shit on other clubs or shit on United, but like, even when we've had superstars, we don't have them with that mentality. Maybe sometimes on the pitch, but like, I thought it was really unforgivable. And then a week passed. They've talked to Salah posted some shady photos. Don't like that either. Carragher went too personal. Carragher undermined all of us, even though he said correct things. He then, of course, made it about Egypt or whatever. I think there's just been so much in the air. And the reality for me, and this is the reality you're not going to get on Twitter, right? Multiple things can be true. It's fair for him to be upset about it. It's not acceptable for him, who never talks to the media, to go on a 7-minute rant to like Region TV and make all these vague allusions. Like, it's not helpful for the club. And I teach high school. Some of you guys know that. And I remember once I was trying to talk to a student about how like something their parents were doing was not quite right for them. And I talked to my boss and she was like, no kid will ever choose you over their parents. And I was like, no, exactly. So for me, it's like whether or not Salah is right or wrong, to me, he came for the club. People think he came for slot, but to me, there's a critique of the club. And I choose the club over any player in the world every time without losing a wink of sleep. I'm glad that he was benched for Inter. I'm glad that he happened. I mean, we're all like, Gomez came off on purpose so that we can make sure we whatever. But like, I'm glad he came on. He got an assist. He played pretty well. But I think to me, the way he walked around at the end, the way he seemed even more upset than usual that he didn't get the goal when he had that clear chance. I think he's maybe ready to say goodbye. And I think at this point, goodbye might be better than it might have been a week ago.
Okay. When you say better, sorry, you mean like it will be more appreciated by the fans or more accepted?
All of us are a little calmer, including him.
Okay.
So I think he can go with like you are our greatest ever player in the Premier League era. We love you. You know, maybe you don't quite fit the system. Maybe like it's age. I actually don't want him to leave. I would like him to finish out the season. But if he goes now, I think it'd be less like, and he didn't play against Brighton and we just never saw him again. And that like the last thing we see from Mo Salah for Liverpool is talking to the press, right? Like, at least we see this assist, we see this goodbye. So I don't want it. I don't know. Slot bringing him on makes me feel like the situation is more tenable than I thought it was this time last week.
Okay.
But I still don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Before I say anything, Ola, I definitely want to hear from you. Go on.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I would dispute that we're not that club. I know we're not that club to the extent of Man United,
sure,
or Chelsea. We've had situations like Suarez going to the press, mouthing off. We've had situations of Raheem Sterling going to the press and mouthing off before he went off to City.
That was his agent. I hate that guy.
No, Sterling had an interview. Raheem Sterling had an interview. Yeah, okay, it was his agent, but he had an interview with BBC and was like, oh, they made promises to make the same words that Salah used. That promises were broken. Henderson came out after. Obviously, he didn't do that before. What I want to firstly push against is the fact that this is not even against you, Linga. Is it the fact that in the media, they're like, oh, superstars are like this. Superstar players are usually like this. They have egos. They are selfish. I'm going to quickly read you an article, and I'll go to the Chelsea fans. I will do blanks. I will not mention the names. I just want you to guess the names of these players that this Klopp, Jurgen Klopp, is talking about. Linga probably knows this, but I'll just read just 30 seconds. Dash is a fantastic player. This is Klopp talking, just like last year. He said, I love him, and he's a super guy, but he's not great when he's not playing.
Yeah.
Just like Dash and Dash, when I first came, they are great guys until they see they are not playing and they turn into Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
Klopp mentioned 3 players. In your mind, who would those 3 players be? He's talking about Liverpool players, and he's saying these 3 Liverpool players, they turn to monsters when they hear they're not playing. Can you just guess? I mean, you don't have to guess right, but who do you think he's talking about? These 3 players. I'll go with you first, EJ.
Salah for sure is one of them.
Okay, the other 2.
Other 2, and these are players. Would they be current players, or could they be players who are gone?
No, they are gone. They are gone.
Oh, they're all gone. Okay.
No, the other 2 are also gone. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so Salah this is not even Salah.
It's
okay.
Salah.
Yeah.
He's
no, Salah is not
there.
there.
So you say all 3 of them are gone. So let's say
Salah's not there.
I'm gonna say Firmino, Mane, TAA.
Okay. Henry, would you happen to know who Klopp is
I
talking about?
I don't think Firmino is there. I know for sure Trent and Mane for sure. I wouldn't know who the third person is.
Lingard, would you happen to know the three that he was talking about?
I mean, Mane for sure.
All of you are wrong. All of you are wrong.
Whoa! Who was it?
All of you are wrong. He's talking about Jordan Henderson, James Milner, and Lucas Leiva.
Woo, Henderson! Lucas Leiva.
Lucas Leiva, that was like the mildest guy, the most gentle guy.
Okay.
Did I not just bust the myth now that people think, oh, it's just the superstars that they go crazy when they're not playing? This is Jordan Henderson.
I can see Jordan Henderson though. Like, he was your captain.
I'm not disagreeing with your disagreement. I agree. Sure. Okay, maybe we are that club in some ways. But I think for me, the context of a devastating last-minute equalizer, we're really in shambles, all these things happening, and now is the time that Salah chooses to complain.
Oh no, that was selfish of him.
Like, that to me was so crazy.
This is what people don't get. I know somebody in the WhatsApp group put out a question. Sorry, it was one of the other WhatsApp groups that I'm in, and they said, "Oh, who is right, Salah or Slot?" They want us, like Liga is right. They want us to choose one camp. Yeah. Multiple things can be right. Multiple people can be wrong at the same time.
Exactly.
So what my answer was, one of them is wronger than the other. I was like, if I had Koboko, I know our Nigerian people will know what Koboko is. It's a whip. I said, if I had Koboko like a whip, I'll probably give Salah 12 strokes of the whip and give Slot 6 strokes. And the club, of course, I'll also smash them with the whip. But I want to take it back to the Now, I know some people don't like talking about the Diogo Jota tragedy, but I'm going to roll it all the way back to that. And the reason why I'm saying this is I don't agree with what Salah says, and I don't agree with I don't agree with the way he went about it. There's some truth to what he's saying, but I want to take it back to the context of grounding it in how this thing has been building. Now, Lingard will know the backstory to this. When Jota passed, the only player who put out a tweet and said, "I'm scared of going back to Liverpool," was Salah.
Oh, wow.
It was so devastated. It was like, I can't even imagine myself going back to Liverpool to play. He put out a tweet like that. He said, "I'm so scared. Like, I'm so scared." When you're saying you're even so scared to go back to your place of work because of a tragedy, you know how impact. The first match we played this season, we won. Salah scored in the fourth in injury time.
Yes.
He was clapping in front of the fans. They were singing Jota's song. Who was the only player crying, visibly crying with tears? Salah. Oh, wow. That shows how impactful that tragedy was. You can see the clips. All the other players had gone. He was the only one. He was there. He couldn't cope with it. He was crying openly. Then this thing started going on. You could see it was building. Salah would normally won't get antagonistic. There was one Liverpool fan group. They put pictures of They put pictures of
the newer players.
Biggest upgrade in Prem history.
Straight away, Salah went into them. Was like, respect your legends. You guys saw the story.
Yeah.
So you could see he was already getting agitated this season. The season is not going the way he wants, and he's already feeling the disrespect building. It was like, respect your legends. These people just won the league. Yeah, this saying these new guys came in. And where I'm going with all of this is, you could see the people that he connected with the most. One of them has passed away. Trent, the person who actually feeds him the ball. There's something they call team chemistry. All of you will know what they call team chemistry. We both superstars. Fantastic. Yeah, Issa, Wirtz, Frimpong. But there's team chemistry. And Salah had team chemistry with Trent. Nunes, even though Nunes wasted so many chances, but it was fantastic. Salah loved him. Because do you know why? Nunes does a lot of running for him, opening space for him. There was a goal we scored against Arsenal. You guys will remember this when we played 2-2 against you last season. Trent plays a long ball. Nunes runs behind the Arsenal defense. He takes two defenders away from Salah. Salah goes into the box free because Nunes has taken two defenders away with his run, and then Nunes crosses for Salah to score. That's team chemistry. He was benefiting from those guys. Szoboszlai last season was doing his running from him in midfield. So you could see a man who already went into the season with trepidation, who went into the season with like, oh my God, this tragedy is too much. And then, his fail-safes, his comfort zones have all been ripped apart. Trent is gone. Nunes is not running behind. Szoboszlai is not playing the same thing. They're putting Szoboszlai right back. He's not playing number 10 again. Everything has changed. And now he's touching the ball. When you look at the touch maps, he's touching the ball further and further away from the penalty box.
Yes.
You pass him the ball now, 3 players on him because we don't have a Trent who will find him with a killer ball. You pass the ball to Salah, 3 people are on him, he can't do nothing. That doesn't excuse the fact that Ito has been poor. I'm just explaining why, one of the reasons why it's poor.
Yeah.
So now, the reason why I'm saying all these backstories, I'm not somebody who is, we're in an era of rageonomics where rage sells. Sure. I get angry too especially about VAR. We're coming to VAR. I can get enraged. And so rage is being sold. And of course, they're also profiting off people's rage. One thing I wanted to say, something very funny I saw on Sky Sports. Paul Merson, I love him. At the beginning, when the Salah stuff started, he was like, "Oh, I support Salah." Oh man, he was even arguing against people that were like criticizing. He was like, "Oh, I love Salah." Salah did it. He didn't say he did it right. He said, "I understood why he did it." It was really in Salah's camp. And then yesterday, when the match was about to start, they showed a clip of Salah stepping out from the bus because he wasn't smiling. The same Paul Merson, who was really supporting him 2 days earlier, started going off. Why is Salah not smiling? Why is he squeezing his face? You can check the clips out. He actually stood up. Yes. He stood up in the studio and was so enraged that, why is Salah giving up his body language? You were defending him 2 days before, and then 2 days after, it's like, why is he not smiling? And that's all of us. Because yesterday we were all analyzing his body language. There was one, like Dinga said, he was clapping the fans at the end. He went to all the 4 sides. It's not unusual. Sometimes he does this. But then we had some Liverpool fans who were angry at that. They were like, why is he clapping everybody? Why is he making it about himself? He's so selfish. Why is he clapping? I mean, this guy can't win. This is why I'm just telling you, this guy can't win. Now, to the nitty-gritty. The nitty-gritty is the fact that many players, look at the 3 players I mentioned, many players, they don't love it when they're not playing. When they're not playing, they absolutely hate it. They don't even have to be superstars. They hate it when they're not playing. The difference is he broke protocol by going to the press. He did what Ronaldo did. Thank God he didn't go to Piers Morgan. That would have just...
Piers Morgan doesn't talk to Muslims, first of all, so I don't think he would have gone there.
Thank God he didn't go that far. But I understood part of what he was saying, because I try not to get engulfed in the anger of, why did he did this? But I want to see, okay, let's pick out what he's saying. Number one, he said, I had a relationship with the manager, now I don't. That tells me one thing. Number one, Slot is not a cuddly manager. No. We all know this. It's not a club who's going to like argue and sweet talk you into playing into greatness. He's not that kind of manager. He's Dutch. Stereotypically, they're straightforward. No BS. I'm sure what Slot had told him is, Salah, you're not performing. You're on the bench. No explanation. No cuddling. No like, you're the greatest ever. I love you so much. No, Slot did none of that. He just told him, you're on the bench. That's what Salah means by saying we have no relationship any longer. Then number 2, he says the club are trying to force me out. That now it's not saying it's Slot, it's saying somebody in the club. This is where it gets interesting, because last season you can see all of us were crying. We want Salah to get a new contract. The club said, okay, we're going to give him a 2-year contract. Number one, they're doing that not because they believe it's going to be fantastic for the next 2 years. They are protecting their investments. They don't want to lose him on the free. They've put him on that 2-year contract because they know before the contract is up, they can push him out and get some money for him.
Gotcha.
He probably didn't know this. He just thought, they love me so much, they gave me a contract. But then he started saying the true colors. Because do you know why he started saying the true colors? Because he started getting benched. And in his mind, when he feels that's an avenue to push him out. And he doesn't want that. He feels he's still good enough to play. So he feels the club have thrown him under the bus. But many of us saw that coming. Like, we knew that this club, they're not giving the 2-year contract just because they love that you're still going to score 40 goals per year.
Interesting.
They're protecting their investment so that when they sell you, we're gonna get some money. And that pissed them off. That also pissed them off because now you're seeing the reality that actually this contract is not because they love me, it's because so all of this.
Let me interrupt you for a quick second. How does benching Salah improve his chances of being sold for?
And aren't we benching a Salah who is just objectively not playing that well? Like, I don't think it's like, I want to push him out. It's like, look at how you've been playing.
It doesn't give hope.
You know why? The Saudi Arabia league would take a Salah who is walking on one leg. They will take him. They will take him. They still said it. Many of their clubs still, they were like, this guy will be good for the league. Even if he was not playing for the next 10 matches, they will still take him.
Okay, that's fair.
And that's where everybody's thinking he's going to head off to. Now, he might not want that,
Right.
But no European club is going to sign up. Like, I mean, which club in Europe, major club in Europe is going to be signing Salah at 34, 35? He's probably going to end up in Saudi Arabia. So they're going to take him anyway, whether he's playing or not. And his value is not dropping because he's still Mo Salah. He's still like, he's a big one for the Arab world.
Player like in the world.
So he's still going. So that's why Liga is correct in thinking that it's better for him to go this way now. It didn't feel like it, but I'm resigned to the fact that he's gone in January. I'm resigned to the fact that we probably won't see him again. Because if we drag this on to the end of the season, there's going to be another outburst. Because Slot, now what they said behind the scene was, Slot said he was going to speak with him on Friday, and then we'll see what happens. Then Slot came out with something very, very, very smart yesterday. He said, when they started asking him again, he said, Mo Salah is just like any other player. It's just like any other player. He specified that like 2 or 3 times, which tells me that they've not made him any promises that you're going to be starting 90 minutes. They're like, whether you're a superstar or not, you're not getting in this team unless you're playing well. And for me, Salah is not going to accept that. And I think he's still going to go. That's why I think it's going to end. Because if Slot is not going to guarantee him that, you're going to play 90 minutes a game, and he believes he should be playing 90 minutes a game, even though he's not playing very well, there's no reconciliation there.
And there's no world where Slot should guarantee that. And
of course not.
Like,
exactly.
I don't disagree with your assessment of how he's playing, but like at the end of the day, like there are many games where we look better without Salah. I don't like it. Like Trent's gone, Darwin's gone, all these things, all these different things we talked about. But like, you know what really put me off so much was when he was just like, I don't have to be fighting for my place every time. And I'm like, but we're not doing well. You do have to fight for your place. We need to get 3 points. Like,
yeah, that was completely wrong of him. That's where the ego comes in. That's where you see the ego coming through. And you will say for goal scorers, they're that kind of person. They have that kind of mentality that, man, even if I'm playing crap for 89 minutes, I believe I can get one chance in 1 minute, I'm going to score. That's what the goal scorer thinks. They are wired that way. And that's the funny thing.
Felt that way with Salah, but we just haven't seen it this season. Like, there have been so many games where he's been invisible and then we'll score a brace. But like this season, there's no proof of that.
The thing is, the team has evolved. This team, this is why I blame. Look, I'm a hypocrite. I'm going to blame the club now because I'll be like, why did you give in to the emotional fans? We are the emotional fans. We're like,
absolutely.
Give Salah the contract. Give Salah the contract. And they caved in. Also, they caved in not just because of that, because they want to protect their value, but they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have, because this team is evolving away from it. You've bought Issa, you've bought Ekitike, you've bought Wirtz. All these players, they don't combine well with Salah. They won't. No. The way they are playing, they can't, because these guys they're taking their own shots. Like they're not like Firmino.
They're not going to give you the ball. They're going to want the ball. Yeah.
If you look at the statistics, Ekitike barely ever passes to Salah.
For what?
Exactly. You saw him yesterday, Linga. Ekitike went past 4-5 players. He saw Salah and he did passing.
In the last 2 Prem games. Come on, man.
The team is evolving. We're past him now. I mean, it's hard to say, but that's how football is. Yeah. So they gave him the contract. They gave into the emotion of like, he had a world-class season, and then all the fans were on their back, and they were like, okay, let's give him the contract. But logic would have said.
Also, like, there's also the sad hypothetical of like, but we also don't know what would have happened if Jota, of course, was still playing. We don't know if Diaz would have still wanted to leave as much. We don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's also like,
why did Diaz want to leave?
We didn't plan to, but we didn't give him the contract knowing we were going to have to force him out. Like, I think they probably still expected to get a lot from him, but now we're also not getting a lot from him.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying, EJ?
I said, why did Diaz leave?
Oh,
and he wanted to.
That is on the club. And that's why when I say the club also have their own fault. So this is one of the problems when people looking from outside, but Liverpool spent 450 million. Yeah, we spent a lot of money, but we also sold a lot of players. This is contrary to what Arsenal did. That's why I was praising Arsenal's business in the summer. You guys strengthened. You let go of some of the players that were completely useless to you, but you still had some of your core players who, like Ben White, was still around. You still had some Gabriel Jesus. Okay, he's injured a bit, but you still kept him because you know he can be of use. You know, you still have some of your players. We pushed out Diaz. We sold Nunes, even though Nunes maybe he didn't score as many, but like I said, it was crucial.
Nunes was still a valuable player. Like, come on, man.
Okay, in answer to your question, EJ, the Diaz question. Diaz wanted a new contract. His contract, he was being paid outrageously low, like maybe 100,000 or something like that, really low. And he said, okay, it was very important for us last season. It helped us win. They said, "Can you double my contract or something?" They said, "No, you're 28 years old. No, we're not giving you a new contract. You're going to run down your contract, or we can't do anything about it." Then Bayern Munich came, and then they were like, "Oh, okay." Bayern Munich coming with 65 million. They were like, we'll grab your hand, and they just sold him up. And okay, that's not the problem. You sold him, fine. They didn't replace him.
Yes,
they didn't replace him. They were like, "Oh, we have Rio and Gamoa, 17-year-old coming through. Oh, we're going to use Rio. He's going to step in."
Exactly.
Rio has played only maybe he's played less than 100 minutes.
I mean, Rio's great, but you can't be like, "Here's this teenager. We're going to start you with
He was 16. It was 16 at that time.
Exactly.
So that's what happened with Diaz. Like, okay, probably he would have gone eventually, but if he doubled his contracts, which he deserved it, by the way, maybe we'll still have better depth because he could play left wing, he could play right wing, he could play up front. Right. So he could play 3 positions. And now we have nobody replacing it. So
and that's why Mane left as well, where I'm like, fine, we're not giving this bigger contract, but have we ever replaced my king, my hero, my favorite player, Sadio Mane? No.
So let me ask you this. What's the plan with Isak and Ekitike? Are they supposed to be like a pair of strikers up top, or are they really in a job share?
They don't pass to each other either. That's actually really funny.
What?
Is that the problem also, EJ?
I think 0 times in the last game.
Question of the century, EJ. What was the plan? What were we thinking? We bought two attacking fullbacks, Kekes and Frimpong, who are very good at going overlap. But what does the coach do? The coach plays them underlapping. He plays them inverting. So why are you buying these 2 overlapping fullbacks who were good at overlapping, and then you're playing them inverting? And then you bought 2 number 9s who need service. Okay, Kekitike probably does some of his own magic, but Isak needs service. But then you're not crossing the ball. So what's the plan? Like, we spent all this money. So this is why we're saying that when people start criticizing Slot, that's why I'm a bit more. Of course, I was angry with all the bad results, some of the decisions, but Slot is a head coach. So this is what they did when they came in, this new hierarchy.
Okay.
Klopp was the manager. So there's a difference between manager and head coach.
Head coach, right.
Manager, you have more say, you have more input, you have more power. But they gave Slot the position of the head coach. And what annoys me is, as the head coach, what he's supposed to be focusing on is the football, basically. He's not handling the transfers. It's not the one paying. It's not the one. Like, they bought him these players. He probably would say, yes, of course I want Isak. Of course I want first. It was not going to say no. But the Diaz one, the rumor, the speculation is he wanted to keep Diaz, but the club sold him. So they bought all these players for him now. Now, where he is having problem is fitting them into a system, because like you said, EJ, what's the plan? What was the plan? You bought Isak and get ticket 2 number 9s. What was the plan? Like,
the lady on the podcast last week, she's an Arsenal fan. She made a comment, and I'll let you guys speak to it. She said, and I think this is partially true. I just don't know if it's all the way true. Like, when you guys were in that standoff with Newcastle about over Isak, Ekitike would have been their backup for Isak, I think. And then you guys were like big brothering them apparently into getting their backup and going to get and saying that I can still get your main player. I'm going to get your backup to screw you guys over. So is that what y'all did?
No, not really.
I don't think our main motivation was we want to screw over Newcastle, but for me at least, it seemed like we probably weren't going to get Isak, and Ekitike, as you can see, has actually been our best signing. And then Isak came back up and he went on strike, and we were like, I mean, we just won the league. We're going to get you. And like, it's so funny because flexing all summer about our embarrassment of riches, and now I'm like, damn, guys, what was
too many cooks spoil the broth. In answer to the question, of course, we loved smacking Newcastle down, put them in the fun. There's one Newcastle fan I'm waiting for. He's been running his mouth all season. Today they lost to Sunderland. I'm still waiting for him. Your name is Raji.
Isak. Better than Isak.
Mr. Isak always
didn't even put Newcastle's logo, by the way. Sunderland's amazing.
Yeah, and where's Newcastle? They're 13th, 14th. I'm waiting to hear him. Anyway, the answer is for the Isak one. I feel you can never have too many class players. He was the second best striker in the league after Haaland for the past 2 years. He was the second best. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having him. My main problem is if you are going to get those guys, you must have a plan for them. So it's either, Isak needs service, so then get players who will service him properly. Now, you find Wirtz, who is like a fantastic creator, but do you know what the manager is doing? Sometimes he plays him on the left. Sometimes he's playing him deep. Sometimes, Wirtz is not really playing number 10 because we don't play a 4-2-3-1. We play like a hybrid. So what he has done recently, this is why I'm commending Slot. Like you guys will see the banter has reduced on Liverpool because we're unbeaten in 5. And why are we unbeaten in 5? Because Slot has finally woken up and like, apart from benching Salah, he has changed the system a bit. So now we play like a diamond, a kind of diamond where we play all our 4 midfielders. All our 4 midfielders are starting every match. So we're getting more control of the ball. We're taking less risks. We're a bit less open. So things have changed a bit. We have kept 2 clean sheets. What a miracle. 2 back-to-back clean sheets. I mean, Christmas miracle. Because things are changing. Things are changing because he finally recognized that he can't keep playing the same system with different players.
And that was our biggest critique of him, which is like, how are we seeing the same thing again? How
are we doing the same thing?
I'm not even thinking like Konate. I'm like, just change the system then, so Konate is not gonna like make so many mistakes. Like,
exactly. So I know some of people are saying Jamie Carragher. I know Carragher is entitled to his opinion. Like I said, we're in the era of Reaganomics. Carragher had to do what he did. He's selling clicks. I don't take too much notice of all these pundits nowadays. I mean, some of them they're playing the game. Like they are entitled to their opinion. Some of them they need to sell clicks. They need to bring in the audience, so they'll say whatever they want to say. I feel it was a bit personal. Like Lingard said, it went a bit too far because he had been having a long running what do you call it? Long running beef with Salah. They've been going at each other. Not just this season.
That's my read on it.
Yeah,
I think I've heard a lot of people, even like Van Dijk has gone like years ago, not even just recently. Van Dijk, when at the peak of his performance level, he was going in on Van Dijk.
Even this season.
That means
you just look at like how Carragher talked about it versus Gerrard. You see whose responsibility is it to get clicks and have things trend on Twitter.
Exactly.
Because Carragher, Gerrard was like, don't quite agree with him.
Gerrard was more balanced.
As a player, I've been there. I've made mistakes. I totally see it. He was very like neutral, not criticizing any side, and like, I love Liverpool, but no one loves Liverpool more than Gerrard. Come on, like. Whereas Carragher was like,
to me about you guys,
reject, and I'm like, what?
What's funny to me, and Harry, I'll let you chime in if you have anything to add. I just haven't said anything publicly about this. I mean, apart from Instagram, where I was like, I stand with Salah. I mean,
brother,
we other fans like this. We like instability. So, of course,
he was like, yes, Mo, you should start. I agree.
Yeah, we want internal strife in Liverpool. Of course, that would be nice. But like, I think you guys said it all. Salah is your most important player in the last decade or so, and he's one of the top players in the league, and he is
in the world
Ronaldo-esque. Like he reminds me of Ronaldo as far as how much he takes care of himself, how well he believes he will age into playing even better or playing as well as he has, keep his standards high for the next 5 years. He probably thinks he can play to 40 at a high level.
Exactly.
So like, and last year, and you guys know, I know Allah knows that there's a cliff that I've been praying for Salah to dive off of. That he didn't dive off in the last few years. And I was like, surely he's going to dive off. So I was seeing the cliff, but like anyone can call it a cliff for a 34-year-old. This year, there is definitely a decline. Like we're not blind. Like there's a decline that we can see. And I also see that same decline with Van Dijk. Like some of these people that last year when you were talking about TAA, Van Dijk, and Salah, I remember those 3 players, their contracts are either winding down or you're going to have to let them go on a free. And TA went on a free and you guys nearly lost it. I can see where they had to.
Nearly lost it.
You lost it.
Went to Liverpool. Everyone was losing their mind.
Yes, everybody was crying. And as a second Real Madrid fan, I was like, welcome to our team. But then obviously he hasn't done anything. But Van Dijk, and I looked at it, I was like, TA is 28. He's born in 97 or 98. Van Dijk is 92 or 91, maybe 91. 91, and then Salah is 92. These people are not young. Them two are not young. And you guys went with them. So it was either, like you said, what you said made sense, Ola, as far as like you guys not wanting to lose your investment in Salah and keep some money. Like you couldn't have done what happened with Trent again, basically. That couldn't happen again with Salah. And then with Van Dijk, I don't know what the plan is with him. When does his contract end?
Oh, they renewed the same time.
Okay, so both of them finish in 2027.
Yeah.
So it's just one more year after this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, to me, I was like, you made the bet, and you have to lie in it. In that you have these aging players, you gave them contracts. Most clubs don't do that, but sometimes you have to do it to keep the peace, and you're going to suffer for it.
I would say that like the decline for Virgil, I think, has been a little exaggerated. Like I think he's definitely been worse and made more mistakes, but like for me, because Konate has been such a risk and because the system's been failing everybody, like I'm less worried that like everyone's like his legs have gone, he's totally gone. I'm like, I don't think it's that. I'm not as worried about Van Dijk as I have.
You're not?
Yeah, no, I'm not. No, the reason why center backs are just a different breed. They can play to like 38, 39. As long as the system is good. Do you remember Thiago that played for for Chelsea? He played to almost 40 and was still class up to, because there are some defenders, they don't depend, like Van Dijk does not depend on his pace. It does not depend on like all strength and all of that. It's more about the intelligence position
and aura. It depends on aura.
And aura.
Like, so you're saying that it can be improved with a better partner?
Yes.
I mean, we have 2 clean sheets. It's been a minute since that.
Like the past 2 games, Van Dijk has looked like back to his best because the system has changed. Like I said, we have 4 midfielders on the pitch now who are protecting the ball better. Curtis Jones is holding on to the ball. McAllister, even though it's not great, is still doing his thing. So I agree with you with Salah. Yeah, it's more obvious because as number one, his pace is not the same. Like he's not that quick again. It's not busting back past players. So where I think the coach could help him if this, in my ideal situation, if I wanted him to stay, this new system where we're playing 2 up front, where sometimes we're playing, put Salah up front. Put him up front. You don't put him on the wing where he's isolated, where he's having to face 3-4 players. Try and play him up front, maybe in this diamond situation where you play Verts behind them and rotate Salah with, don't even rotate, just bench Isaac for now. Just leave Isaac on the bench for now. Play Salah and take it up front. Like, get him involved. But because Slot is that kind of manager who's just like, it's like, is this way, or he's not going to compromise. He's not that kind of player who's managers like cuddly. So it's just like, you're not in my team. That's what he just told him. You're not in my team. He's not even thinking of, maybe I can get you in my team and play in a different position. It's just like, so like,
just knowing Arne, I can imagine how he told him. And like, it's not like Arne is mean. He's just so
mean. It's just
got it.
All right, we're not playing. Off I go.
Bye-bye. That's what happened. I can bet you that's what happened.
Arms around you. You're so important to me. You've made my career. Just give it these 2 games on.
That's Klopp. Yeah, that's what Klopp did. You know, there's so many average players,
but it's different men.
They're just different. There's so many average players we had in Liverpool that when they left after playing for, not even in Liverpool, in other clubs, when they left playing for Klopp, they became average again. Like we had players who were like, Divock Origi was like a world beater. He left Liverpool and just disappeared completely. Like, I mean, there's so many players, so many examples. But I'm not using that to criticize the Slot because, like Kalinga said, that's just him. It's just the way he is. It's not going to be cuddly and like motivate you with sweet talk. It's just like, man, you're not playing. You're playing shit and you're on the bench. See ya. That's it.
Our time just now. We spent almost 40 minutes on this topic. So I will move on. But Henry, did you have anything to say?
All I just have to add is I think it's just a matter of timing with everything with that issue. Liverpool are looking to transition, without Salah. They realize he's peaked and he's on the descent. The best would be to transition him to another role or club that would, make them not really lose a lot in terms of value, which is what Ola made mention of. The problem is what is happening now was supposed to happen last year. So it's happening a year late, right? So that transition, last year was supposed to be this transition phase.
Yes.
But that last year, we got an additional year where Salah went all crazy. The system still catered to him. Because the system still catered to him and played to his strength. Now, those things that used to be his solid back, like especially Trent, that guy covered his blemishes so much that we didn't realize certain things, especially like the tracking back. So it was a gift and a curse. What helped Salah be effective is also what has led to his downfall, sort of. In a league like Saudi, he'll still be very serviceable and useful because of the pace. It's not either EPL, it's not as pacey. But overall, it's the transition. And those whole transfer, there was a plan. Let's not act like Liverpool didn't have a plan. Liverpool's number one plan was to get Isaac. The moment Isaac situation got all dicey, they were proactive and said, let's get someone in case we don't get him. Because they saw they saw Newcastle was moving mad, right? So they got Ekitike. But what do they call it? Isaac goes on strike. They're like, okay, we have to. They were already tapping him even before the season was over. The opportunity came. They were like, okay, let's still try to get him. And what I'm thinking they thought, and you guys are more Liverpool fans, I had a feeling they thought they could probably deploy him more on the wings and then play maybe a Ekitike as a 9. and maybe even switch sometimes.
Switch.
Yeah. And the problem too also is where the biggest mistake Liverpool made this season is they lost all their workhorse. All the players that carry them in terms of except for Sobosai. All the engine room, at least they lost 3 key players that were the engine room, and that's really what's been exposed. But other than that, Liverpool will be fine. They'll bounce back. Yeah, I mean, we're already bouncing back. I'm not worried about it.
So let's vote on it then. Do you think he stays or goes? Let's all say stay or go.
Oh, okay, that's a good question. What do you say, Linger? You mean January? Like he goes to AFCON.
In January.
He's not coming back.
I think stay, but I'm just such an emotional Liverpool fan. Ignore everything I've said before. Stay.
I don't want it to end this way, but I think it has ended. The reason why I also said that is after yesterday. See, Liverpool, they know how to leak stuff. Like, this is the funny thing, because we have sport directors who don't talk, which is annoying because they put everything on the head coach, but head coach is not supposed to answer all these questions. It's supposed because we have sporting director called Richard Hughes, who was appointed by Michael Edwards, who put him in there because that's his best friend. It's a fact. That was his best mate. He put him there. Okay. In other countries, sporting directors talk a lot. Maybe not a lot, but they talk. But our own sporting directors
don't even leak anything, man. We're cryptic.
But they just leak stories. So I'll tell you what they leaked. They leaked that after that Salah and Slot, they had talks on Friday, and that nothing has been decided, but will be decided when the AFCON is going on. I'm sure they just saw that story. They said that things will be decided when the AFCON is going on. Okay, so you didn't resolve it now. So is it when it's in AFCON playing for Egypt you're going to resolve it? That tells me one thing. Both parties have not seen eye to eye yet. They've not reconciled. And why they have not reconciled is Salah wants to play as many matches as possible, and Slot is telling him, no, you're not going to play as many matches. That's why Slot came out yesterday and said, Salah is like any other player. And that tells me there's no reconciliation. He's not coming back after January, in my opinion. Okay. I would love it if he came back, but I don't think he's coming.
Stay, go. EJ, what do you think?
I think he leaves after AFCON. I think it would just be an announcement.
I think I'm probably wrong, but I don't know. I mean, it's the kind of like Liverpool love that led to this contract and this whole thing. Like, but I'm like, no, don't leave me. It doesn't matter how old you are.
I don't think it makes a difference. His legacy is secured for life.
Oh, of course.
Whatever he leaves or not, I don't think it makes a difference.
Like he's in our top at least 5, if not 3 greatest ever players.
Yes.
And he left on a good note. If he leaves, he left on a good note.
Yeah, he left on a good note. Yeah, he came back on the team. He played 70 minutes.
Got an assist, yeah. So,
all right, I'm going to take some comments before we move on to the next topic. Like at this time, we may not get to all the topics because some of us have to go. Okay, there's and
that's an inside joke.
It sounds like it. I didn't get it. I said hello to everyone. EJ, don't lie. Your heart was doing poof after that Wolves goal. Absolutely. I didn't say I was confident that we will come back. I was just like another late goal. Jamie Carragher's comments were hella disappointing. I don't support players doing what Salah did, but the Egypt comments were childish and a glimpse of racism.
100%. And Carragher has talked shit about AFCON before. We know how
you guys already
guys. We're all African here. We all know. So
let's not give him.
Carragher just not even mentioned it. So let's just keep it separate.
Let's not give him that time.
Exactly. Honestly, like I said, I don't really like Carragher. I don't even mess with him nowadays.
Yeah.
Not even nowadays. The past couple of years, I just this guy sold the soul to Sky and all of that. So it's just gone down in my sleep. Like, see what EJ said. Sorry, just drag this back. See the way Gerrard handled this situation compared to what Carragher. Just go and read the comments and just see the difference. Day and light. Way Gerrard handled it compared to what Carragher did.
And that's someone that won versus someone that
Carragher won the same trophies.
He was there.
What did he contribute? But what did he contribute?
He's still a legend, but
he's also a legend.
And there's Gerrard style legend.
All right. This is a yes or no question. Do we have an open title race in the EPL?
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, I think that's a unanimous yes. I guess I put this on here because he wants Arsenal fans to cry because I mean, it's still open. Like, I think it's even open. We're seeing Villa like with great performances.
Oh, man, it's your city.
Let me tell you, I'm going to put it on camera. If Villa wins the league with my enemy Unai Emery,
good evening. I'll get out of jersey.
And I survive it. Just know I believe I can survive anything. If I survive Unai winning the league before Arsenal, I know it never happened.
Or something, AJ. I don't want to like if
no.
win the league, I'm going
I can't do anything. I'll just be like, what is there to do? If I can come back to that Facebook group after this, just know that. That's crazy.
I thought you were like, I'll eat my axe.
DJ is the one who will disband the forum. We'll search for it. It'll have been deleted.
I still think he'll finish 5th or 6th. I think he will. But
I think we still get top 4, to be honest.
Yeah,
Unless we go off the cliff again.
I'll balance out.
About 2 points behind Chelsea. But I just want to quickly say something about City. I mean, I didn't watch the game. I saw the highlights. And that was not a 3-0 game. But that City at this time of the year, you see them, they're just grinding out the wins. I mean, 3-0. I mean, that was not a 3-0 game, but that's City at this time of the year.
The XG was 2-1, if you can believe that. The XG was 2-1. Crystal Palace 2, City 1.
That's incredible. But I remember early in the season, you'll see on the pods, I had at least twice on the pod, when people were like, oh, City are not the same. They're not going to make it. I was like, man, it's still Pep. They might not be the same City, but it's still Pep Guardiola. And the reason why I said that was...
It was a fluke, guys.
Pep he has won the league in multiple ways. And it doesn't need to get them to be 90-point City or 99-point City. That era is gone. They only need to be like 90 points, even 88-point City. It might win you the league now. So they have cracks. They're not perfect. They're not the same City of Klopp era when they were Klopp and Pep. No, they don't have to be. So they have flaws, but they can survive with those flaws because
they know how to win. Going back to what
they know how to win, and
they
it's
have the mentality.
It doesn't have to be the same City. People were so hung up on City are not back. They're not going to be back. They're not going to go back to 100-point City. No, but it's still Pep. And I was saying this, and look at him now. This is the time of the year when they come alive. He knows it. November, December, January. That's when they start.
I already said it at the top of this episode. The name of this episode should be Muscle Memory. That's the one team that has memory. So once it starts to click, we're all in trouble. Arsenal, their cousins, Chelsea, Liverpool, we're all in trouble. We know. So listen, we have until end of January to try to extend that gap.
Exactly, guys.
Once that January comes,
5 weeks and no more.
More.
What is Arsenal's muscle memory? Our muscle memory is that the gap always closes and they always go on top of us. So it's a mentality you have to break. And how do you break it?
All other 19 teams, even United, everybody, we all have 5 weeks and that's it.
Because look at this. City have lost 4 games. City lost to Brighton, they lost to Tottenham, they lost to Newcastle, and Newcastle.
They lost at home.
Yeah, and your team, this team, we could see how they beat them. Like you go toe to toe to City, you could beat them. Now it's looking like you go toe to toe to City, you're not going to beat. I don't see where their next loss is coming from. Even though earlier in the season, you could.
No, there are teams that can beat them. It's just that it might not happen.
Exactly, and then where the part of the season where these things are not going to happen anymore. Like it's not going to be like. And then when it starts getting to the wire, Tottenham's going to be like, I don't know how to play City anymore. I'm going to try own goal.
Let's wrap it up on Spurs. Let's keep going.
City, they're so scary. I mean, because sometimes he fine-tunes stuff. The first 2 months, you see all the time City have won the league. Maybe only once or twice they're actually leading from the front in March in early in the season. Usually it's like he does some experiments in the first 2 months. It's just trying to, and then by November, December, he has fine-tuned it and they become this machine and then they win 10 straight games. And then that's when you can live with them. So, I mean, Henry is correct. This is the time you guys have to extend the gap because you have to extend the gap now so that you can build that buffer. Because if not, sorry, I'm so sorry. With all of
our problems, I will say the only silver lining is that I have kind of sick pleasure observing it and not being in the mix, being like, oh, they're going to see today, you know, at 3 years of this. I'm going to just try and get my draws.
And if you guys also notice, they don't have a lot of players now that are going to AFCON too. So it's gonna be all up in their favors. All these other teams that can even trouble them, they're gonna have a lot of their players.
7 players. We have no players either, but like these are.
We're just lucky, and I think it's an intentional thing too. With a lot of these top clubs, they're factoring that in before they sign players.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay, I'll be jumping off, so I won't take too much more.
You're jumping off, then I'm skipping this topic. Sorry, we can do this next time. Ola is the one that memorized the VAR moments. I don't remember any VAR moments. Do you, Harry?
I do, but it will take.
I do. There was one in our match, but I don't know. It was a yellow card one that was, confirmed
from yesterday.
Yeah, but it's VAR. They're always inconsistent. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let's
I think we can skip that topic if we're running out of time. Let's jump to kudos. And Ola, thank you for joining us. If you're going to hop
guys.
on.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
I think we'll be wrapping up in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Kudos and donkey of the week. All right. What do you guys have?
I have two kudos. One is for Ekatike, who, you know, our club is just like, it's kind of a mess. And, you know, you arrive at Liverpool, you think it'll be smooth. He's just been great. Like, he's been really good. Szoboszlai is also my player of the season, but kudos to Ekatike. Also to Sunderland, who really did just put visiting team. They did not write Newcastle. They did not put their logo. Like, I thought Drake and Kendrick taught me how to be petty, but actually Sunderland is showing me I can be pettier. I will find new ways. Donkey of the week is the United States of America and FIFA. I think, you know, I've been so excited about the World Cup being here. I planned all these trips. I was going to come to where some of you guys are. And like, you know, I entered the raffle to see a game in Toronto, but everything is just so unaffordable for me. So I can't imagine how so many other people can make any games. And like, you know, with all the immigration stuff, it's going to be hard for teams to come. And like, I was just really so excited for this World Cup. And it just seems like it's going to be like dry, and a lot of countries can't even send their people or even their players. And like, and now I just feel upset about it whenever I think about it. And that, like, just really personally, I just felt really upset about how the whole thing is shaking out. And I was so excited about it. So Donkey of the year, Donkey of the season. No one will out donkey FIFA.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good. I think I'll second that, Donkey, because we are seeing these numbers of the prices of the tickets just through the roof. Like, I saw someone do a price comparison. They're like, for Qatar World Cup, I paid $8 for lottery tickets, like in the fourth section, whatever it's called, the fourth draw. And those same prices are like $500 now. Like,
exactly.
What are you expecting to pay these amounts to get to these?
Like, I went in for the cheapest tickets, 4 tickets, $540. And like, I feel privileged that I can afford that, but so many people cannot. And I can barely afford it, really. Like,
I didn't even think about who's coming into the country for these teams. Like, okay, so let's say I'm not sure who's all going to the World Cup. Once Nigeria didn't make it, I'm like, I don't care. But like, so let's say Ghana is going to the World Cup. The Ghanaian fans almost have to be living in this country to go support Ghana, because
like, are they gonna make you?
They're not gonna give them visa,
but it's also expensive, and it's like they're like, we're not gonna let in Iran. I'm like, but Iran's in the World. Like, what?
Yeah. You know, like, it's nearly impossible to get a visa to come to America from Africa right now. Like, Nigeria, don't even try. Like, they
put Gambia on one of those stupid lists, and I'm like, less than 2 million
lists and everything. And so, like, who's coming to the World Cup? And I'm like, I'll go. My friend was able to get some tickets, so I'll probably go to a game, but that's probably all I will do. So we'll see. I mean, and my kudos. Henry, what are your kudos or Donkey?
Kudos. I mean, probably Sunderland. They're a scary team. The only thing and I agree, they took a picture on the front end of like the Liverpool fans after their victory today.
Oh yeah,
that's the team that gave us. That team gave us headache, and I still think they're going to give a lot of teams headache. The only problem they have is a lot of the players are going to have AFCON. That's the only thing that's going to affect them. But other than that, that's my kudos. Donkey, unanimous Donkey. I don't even need to go into it. You guys already know.
Yeah.
I don't think I have a kudos. I'll probably give it to. I don't want to give it to Arsenal because they just played badly yesterday. But we still.
3 goals. You better call
3 points. 3 points is 3 points. So yeah. And then. We'll finish with this comment. Oh, I said kudos is Unai Emery. He got Villa in the title race without spending near much anything for now. SJ said those World Cup tickets are for the 1%.
Exactly. And like, football is supposed to be what's the most accessible sport, right? And it's really disappointing. Like,
America's capitalistic. Even everyone who bought those tickets, they're holding on to tickets. They're going to sell it for $2,000.
Exactly.
All scalpers. But yes, okay, that brings us to the end of our podcast. Thank you guys for hopping on.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe. Exactly.
Money always.
All right. Have a good weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Thanks for having us.
Yes.
You're watching Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go beat your football needs. Banter from rivalries, he sure you go receive. From EPL to Champions League, your eyes go see. It's Footy Fantasy. You're watching Footy Fantasy. Footy Fantasy. It is your steady thing, go meet your football need. Your football needs. Banter from rival.